Welcome back, everybody, to part 3 of the curve nameplate tutorial. The last video we were drawing a tool containment rectangle around our letters. So once you have that done, and we're at the point where we are going to begin putting in tool paths. We're going to start telling the machine how we want to handle all this geometry, how we want the program to handle all this geometry. So what we need to do first of all is we have in our operations manager here, which is open, we should have Larkin router in here, but we don't. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to go up to machine type, router. You may have to go to manage list and add the router, but go ahead and do that. And then once you do that, you go back here and you select Larkin Cam Tool Router. That's the machine we have in our shop. There are hundreds of different kinds of CNC machines available. And this program has posts for all those. So we're going to bring that up. Now you'll notice we have two of them. We're going to get rid of the one that says router default. Okay, great. We are now working with properties Larkin router. Great. First thing we need to do is do our stock setup. So I go ahead and hit this little plus here on the properties and we go to stock setup. Now we're going to go over here and we're going to tell it how big that piece of wood is. We know it's 2.5 inches. Excuse me, that way, and 9 inches that way, and 3/4 of an inch thick. Now, if you remember how to deal with a fraction, that's 0.75. All right, and we can leave the arrow there in the center, or we can bring it over to here. Let's bring it over to that bottom left-hand corner, and that's where we'll set up the tool when we go ahead and start routering this. So we go ahead and click OK at this point. Now we have that piece of wood set. All right. Yeah, good. Next, we're going to create some tool paths. So we have the stock set up. We're going to create some tool paths. We're going to go to tool paths and we're going to create a pocket tool path. So we go to pocket and we go ahead and click nameplate. That's good. Happy with that. We want to make sure we're on the chaining function. We're going to change this to C-plane. I'm not really sure why, but that's what I've been told to do. We want to make sure this says inside, and we want to click on the outside rectangle, this one right here. Okay, go ahead and click that. You'll notice it's all selected, it all turned yellow. That's exactly what we wanted to do. And now we're going to click end chain. Go ahead and click this button here. We're going to select the next chains in our system. Now we're going to click on all parts of the letters until they turn yellow. Again, make sure you're on chain. Click, click, and you'll notice chaining means it captures all the lines that are touching till all parts of your letters are yellow. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and click OK. Toolpaths pocketing menu pops up here. Toolpath type, we want to make sure it's clicked on pocket. Okay, we're going to select our tool next. Now you'll notice there's no tool here, so we're going to have to go to select tool library. We're going to scroll down until we find the 1/8 inch ball cutter. Okay, 1/8 inch ball cutter. Right, so that's going to give us a rounded tip on there. Go ahead and click OK to that. That's put in now. Great. We're going to change a few things. Feed rate to 50. We're going to change the spindle speed to 12,000. And our plunge rate is going to be 15. And our retract rate is going to be 30. Okay. Great. We don't click OK now. What we want to do is we want to go to linking parameters. Okay, click on that linking parameters there. That's great. We want to change all these to absolute. The only thing we need to change here actually is the depth, and it's -0.1. All right. Now, we also don't click. We click apply. We don't click OK yet. We're now going to go to roughing. Okay, and we want to select zigzag. We want our step over percentage to be 10. All right, and that will change that automatically. Everything else on here is okay. We're going to go ahead and click OK at this point, and that toolpath will be done. See, we got that there. So exciting. That's our result. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and click the isometric view to have a look. And we're also going to hit our fit button so we can see. That's great. Now we have to create a projected tool path. Okay, so our next point here is going to be tool paths, and we're going to select. Sorry, I have a hard time seeing this sometimes. Surface Finish Project. Okay. Select the drive surface. So we're going to select any part of the surface here. We're going to go ahead and click that. Alright, that's that yellow part there. We can switch off the shading with Alt-S, turn it off and on. And you can do Alt-T to turn off the tool pathing. We want to make sure we're grabbing that yellow curved surface there. And then we go ahead and click OK. The tool surface selection menu pops up. We should have one drive there. Okay. Then you're going to go ahead and push OK. Surface Finish Project menu comes up. We're going to make sure we have that 1/8 inch ball nose end mill. Okay, that's really important. Everything else on here should be okay. Select the same tool, make the same save changes. What we're going to do now is we have to click on Surface Parameters. We're going to go to that. We're going to change a couple of things here. We're going to make sure everything is right. It should be 0.25, the feed plane. Everything looks good here. So we want to change these to absolute. Okay, that's really important. We want to make sure those say absolute. Do we click OK? Not yet. We go ahead and click Finish Project Parameters. Okay. And we want to make sure that that is selected. NCI 0.001 is the tolerance. Everything looks good here, except we want to add depths. The only thing we want to make sure that that's checked is that we add depths. Then we go ahead, and now at this point we can go ahead and click OK. And you'll see, it's doing some work. It's thinking. The video cards on these machines are not very good, and we can turn on that tool path now. We can turn on the shading, and we can see that we have some tool paths added. That's really great. We're going to go ahead and click Save now so that we do not lose all that work we just did. All right. This is so exciting. Our next step, we're going to add one more tool path here, and then we're almost done. Surface Finish Tool Path. So we're going to go back and we're going to hit Isometric Fit again. Oh, sorry, we're not doing that. We're going Top. Then we're going to go Tool Paths, and we're going to do Surface. Oops, sorry, Tool Paths, Surface Finish, and then we're going to do Parallel. Okay. Select the drive surface. We're going to select that drive again. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and click and selection. We have one drive. Okay. Now we have to tell it. Remember we drew that containment rectangle before? We're going to go ahead and select that. We're going to push that button. And we're going to click on chaining. And we're going to select that rectangle. I'm going to turn off that shading and the toolpath. Oops, sorry. Alt-S and Alt-T will get you that stuff off. I've selected that yellow rectangle there, okay, with chaining, and we go ahead and click OK. Now, this menu here, it's important. You need to have one drive and one containment. All right? If you have that, it should be good. We go ahead and click OK. Guess what? Another menu pops up here. Toolpath parameters. Want to make sure we have that 1/8 inch ball nose. And we're going to go to Surface Parameters. We're going to make some changes here again. We're going to change these to absolute, absolute. Everything looks good there. Do we click on OK? Not yet. We're going to go Finish. And we want to make sure that this is at 0.001. All right. That's great. 0.0. And max step over is going to be 0.05. That's good. And zigzag, yeah, everything looks good here. We're going to go ahead and click OK at this point. Now, I'm really happy with this, I think, so I'm going to go ahead and click Save. I've saved that now. Now what are we going to do? Oh boy. We're going to verify and we're going to do a simulation of this. We'll do that in video 4. See you later.